simple plant-based food. And today we're going to be making my delicious and saucy sticky lime tofu. This recipe is super simple to make, only requiring a handful of ingredients. Plus, it's packed with protein and other essential vitamins and minerals. I'll talk more about the nutrition throughout the video. The ingredients we will need will be 1 pack of super firm tofu, 2 large cloves of garlic, optionally some sesame seeds for topping, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, a teaspoon of your sweetener of choice, I'm using sugar, 1/3 cup of peanuts, you can also use cashews, 1 lime, which will be juiced and zested, a teaspoon of sriracha, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 spring onion, and here I have 3 tablespoons of water along with 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. This will help thicken up the sauce. The first step will be prepping the tofu. Here I have 1 block of super firm tofu. You can also use extra firm, and you're just going to tear this into small chunks. I like using super firm tofu for this recipe because it's able to get super crispy and a chewy texture without having to pan fry. Also, super firm tofu has a lot more protein than extra firm, so if you're looking for a higher protein meal, it's great. Tofu is also packed with essential nutrients like calcium, iron, magnesium, and zinc. Once the tofu is torn up, add about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and toss to coat all of the pieces. Cornstarch helps the tofu get a crispy exterior. Once all the tofu is coated, I'm transferring this into a baking dish that is greased with just a little olive oil. And pop this in the oven at 420 to bake for 20 minutes or until crispy. While that bakes, we're going to prepare the rest of our ingredients, starting with 2 cloves of garlic, which I'm just going to peel and mince. Several population studies have shown an association between increased intake of garlic and reduced risk of certain cancers, including breast cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer, and pancreatic cancer. A population-based study conducted in the San Francisco Bay Area found that pancreatic cancer risk was 54% lower in people who ate large amounts of garlic and onion compared to those who ate lower amounts. And you're going to slice the spring onion into small pieces as well. Spring onions are a good source of vitamins A, C, and K, as well as antioxidants and fiber, which is important for immune system support, heart health, digestion, and bone health. And now I'm just going to zest my lime over the soy sauce. Limes are a good source of nutrients, especially vitamin C, which supports your immune system and heart health. They also contain antioxidants, which can help reduce inflammation. If you're enjoying this recipe, then please make sure to like and subscribe so you can get notified anytime I post a new video. Now let's get back to the recipe. And squeeze all of the juice. So my tofu has just finished and it is super crispy, so now we're gonna go over to the stove to prepare the sauce. I've just heated up my pan and I'm going to start by adding my garlic, and I'm gonna let that cook for about a minute or 2 to get nice and fragrant. Then add the soy sauce and lime juice. 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, about a teaspoon of sriracha. You can add more if you prefer it spicier. And about a teaspoon of cane sugar. Now mix this in well to incorporate all of the ingredients. And I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes over medium heat. After that's been cooking for a few minutes, you can add in 3 tablespoons of water along with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And mix this in well to allow the sauce to thicken up. When the sauce has thickened up nicely, add in 1/3 cup of peanuts. You can also use cashews. And I'm just going to mix this in well and let that cook for a few minutes so the peanuts aren't as hard. At this point, you can also add in the white part of the spring onion because that part is harder, so you want to cook it a little bit. After a minute or two, add in all of your tofu. And mix to completely coat in all of the sauce. I like to cook this for a few more minutes just so the flavor can absorb nicely. Lastly, you can top with the green parts of the spring onion and some sesame seeds. Now the tofu is ready to serve. I like serving mine with some white rice, but you can also eat it with anything else you like. This makes 2 big servings, each one totaling 480 calories, 38 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, and 4 grams of sugar. In the chart up here, I have the daily values percentage-wise of all the vitamins and minerals present. I'll just zoom in on it so you can see it a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching, and follow for more simple plant-based recipes.